My eyes are green 'cause I eat a lot of vegetables. It don't have nothing to do with your new friend. My eyes are green 'cause I eat a lot of vegetables. It don't have nothing to do with your new friend.
I don't care. I swear. I'm too through with you. I am. You don't mean nothing to me. So go ahead and be with your freak. Whoa, ha, ha, ha. Whoa, ha, ha, whoa, ha, ha, whoa, ha, ha. Whoa, ha, 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 whoa, ha, whoa, ha.
My eyes are green 'cause I eat a lot of
Everybody, welcome back to the Blackest Show About Nothing. It's Jade in XD.
That's that 40-year-old voice. No, baby, I can't,
Yeah.
can't hit it like I used to, them Christina notes.
Oh boy, we're back. It's been a while since we've talked to you all in living color with the youth
In
since
living
Jade went to
color.
over the pond.
Yeah.
But yeah, welcome to the Blackest Show About Nothing. You know, tell a friend, I'll get all this business stuff out of the way. Subscribe to us on YouTube, subscribe to us on Patreon. It's this grassroots production. So help a brother and a sister out. You know what I mean?
That's right.
And all that jazz.
And all
How
that jazz.
have you been?
We'll chat through that. We'll chat about that through the episode, but I will start off by saying rest. I hope you are resting well, easefully. I hope your journey was easeful to Asada Shakur. We lost a giant physically, who has been such a voice for us as a people who are seeking liberation. We know the picture that has been painted. We know the narrative that has been put out there, but we also know what it really is. And so, with Asada being exiled for so long, I just pray that she has the utmost peace and ease for her spirit. And so yeah, that has to be acknowledged. If you have not read the autobiography of Asada Shakur, it is one of my most worn books because it is one of my most read books of my life. Of my life. You must get a copy. We speak very often about liberation on this show. We speak very often about the state of the world, and these things are not new. And so she's such an example for us in the spirit of true liberation and activism. So I definitely want to make sure her name was honored at the top of this episode. We're gonna knock out a little bit of news. This is not your news outlet, so I got a message and I wanted to make sure I addressed it, about the lack of news lately. A lot of this comes from us sometimes pre-recording. There's been a lot of travel recently, so some recording has not been done. And also, this is not your news outlet. I like to call this your your alert outlet, you know what I'm saying? Your awareness outlet to
Post-it note, little
yeah,
sticky
you know
note.
what I'm saying? When you put the little save when the Instagram post with the little flag, I want you to just take these very few things and then go and continue to make sure that you make yourself aware as to what's going on in the world. And just because I may not report the news in bullet by bullet point detail, um it doesn't mean that awareness is not meant to still be had and we're not supposed to still be doing our due diligence because things are not stopping. There was a quote unquote ceasefire deal that was proposed yet again, but also it comes with fine print and footnotes and asterisks, and it's untrustworthy. So I don't put a lot of stock into that until we actually see a change and we know that they've done nothing but continue to ramp up violence, um, which is so hard to believe when we've been watching nonstop massacres for the last 2 years. So
Mm.
they're also still doing tricky, nasty things such as, there's been one of the largest flotilla missions is going on where they are trying to break the siege in Gaza and are being attacked in Italian waters and all over the place. That it's not their jurisdiction. So you can't trust you can't trust the word until you see some real true action. And obviously, we know the times that we're living in. We know what we're looking at on this side of things. And I'll talk a little bit more about how that looks in the rest of the show. But we're looking nuts over here. You know what I'm saying? And rightfully so, because things are crazy and these are untrustworthy human beings. So just stay on the alert and make sure you continue to read and you continue to support in the ways that you can. Sometimes it's a matter, even if you don't have the funds at the time, because I know we're all living in tumultuous times. There's also just the continued awareness and to let people know that they are not forgotten, and letting the Palestinian people know that they are not forgotten and that we are still continuing to bring awareness. Um, Also, still ongoing genocide in Sudan, not stop. And matter of fact, sometimes less awareness is had. You know what I mean? So we want to continue to check out what's going on the ground in Sudan as well, um, with the RSF and the SAF continuing to fight. And it's not being acknowledged on the world front as a genocide. Likewise in Congo. Um, Trigger warning, but women and girls are being assaulted at disgusting rates and at ages that are just mind-boggling. Not that that should be happening at any age, let's be very clear, but also like when you hear about things being done to children, there is an extra level of heartbreak there. And so we just don't want to forget what's going on in the world. We want to make sure that we're continuing to raise awareness of what's going on in the world. Um, and yeah, I want to make sure I started off the episode that way. How are you doing? What's going on with you?
Uh, you know, trying to make sense of the world
Mm,
that we live in and
mm,
find joy.
mm-hmm.
Actually, joy is not the word. I'm tired of the word joy.
Some
I'm
levity.
looking for a better word. Ah, yeah, I guess a lightness. I'm looking for something more profound. Maybe I'll think about it
Fair.
and it'll come to me. But like I eh, the last few weeks have been heavy,
Mm-hmm.
just societally. But then I think I've talked about it on this show where I always have to think about, Black people wrote the blueprint on liberation, so like we gonna be okay regardless.
Child.
So I have to keep that in the forefront of my mind. And also, especially now more so than ever, it, I've been seeing the other side, quote unquote, eat
Mm-hmm.
themselves. So I'm just kind of just sitting here like, remember that meme of like when Raven was eating the sandwich, she was just chuckling to herself. Just hmm. Like that's kind of where I am now.
Yeah,
But
same.
as far as like life and stuff, yeah,
Yeah, that's real.
you
That's
know, like I mean, no truer words have ever been said, but I'm still here. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like Tisha, we shaded her, but that was a sermon, you know, like through all the bullshit, I'm still
Yeah.
motherfucking here.
Yeah.
Strong. I'm not built to break, or whatever those, like,
Shirts say.
you know, shirts
Mm.
or Instagram captions that they got from song lyrics.
Looking down at the feet.
That kind of thing.
Yeah.
But let's take a break.
Yeah.
And we'll be back with more Jade XD. Hit it, Claude.
Hit it, Claude.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Born out of South Africa, a new video game hopes to present an alternative to dominant narratives around repatriation.
What's this all about?
Treaties were signed, promises made and broken. Is it stealing to take back what was stolen?
And we're black. So it's been a couple weeks since we've actually recorded
It's been a while.
a live to tape main show. Jade, you were across the pond.
Oh, I
No.
was. I was. But before we get into that, I just had a couple
Okay.
things on the docket I wanted to talk to you about.
Okay.
First, bullet point 1. I have just been made aware of Tashina Arnold's daughter.
Yes.
Auntie is a fan, okay?
Yes.
Let me tell you something. I am a
Yes.
fan of this child. Whatever she does, I
vocalist.
will support it. Not just a vote. She's a personality. She's like a little young
She's like a mama.
woman. She's her mother. She is a little Jamie Foxx. Like, she is hilarious. She is her voice is crazy. She is a dancer. Okay, not a dance. She is a dancer, honey. Be improving down. I am a fan, and I cannot wait to see all of the different things that she does. You saw I sent you the video of her and our girl. They're besties, and I love that.
Yes. I love the fact that, like, the younger generations are besties,
Yeah.
right? Like Krista's cool with Brandy's daughter, like, and all that stuff. And now Tashina Arnold's daughter is cool with Krista. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's awesome. You know, it warms my, you know, where my heart used to be. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that is, you want to talk about things that bring you like small joys, you know, while we're in the middle of hell. Like, that was one of those things where I found myself just like smiling at the phone. I was like, look at that. I just am in love with her. So, Abe, I'll send you a clip to play of the two of them singing so you can throw it in right here. Love me with your whole heart. He wants it all today. Serve me with your life now. He wants it all today. Bow down. But what were you about to say?
So, we're not going to say their name or any of their names. So I'm going to speak in code.
Okay.
Because I don't want us to get, you know, taken down by the powers that, you know, whatever. So, you know, there was a big Wrestlemania funeral the other day. And, you know, there's mixed feelings and emotions about, you know, WrestleMania Omega, whatever. And so, Dark Child 99 decided to go on the gram and post their support of you know, the main event. And I totally forgot that they're a maggot.
Oh,
And I say this to say because there is a meme of this little girl who's like so excited. She's like, oh my God, like she's cheesing and so excited. And for the longest, I thought it was something from Toddlers and Tiaras. No, friend. That actually happens to be Dark Child 99's daughter getting ready to sing for the RNC at whatever year that was.
Okay.
You know.
Dark
And
Child.
this goes to, you know, the all skin folk ain't kin folk thing, you know. And this is what I was when we're talking
Wait
about
a
all the children being
Hold on, nigga. I just.
You picked them all what I put down,
Woo!
huh?
Wait a minute. Not the jerk.
Mhm. Yeah, Dark Child 99.
Baby!
Loosen up my buttons.
Wait. Say my name, nigga.
Devil-
Like.
Angel in Disguise.
One of her best fucking songs.
Yeah. Also, Joe ate that up too in the background. You know what we need to talk about on one future episode? How, you know, remember back in the day, how there was just random niggas on songs and they didn't get credit for them and you had no idea who the fuck they were? Like Joe on Use Your Heart. And niggas thought that was Taj. I was like, that's shady. We need to do an episode about just niggas just randomly being on
Was
shit.
Mary on the background of who was on the background of Case that's what I
Touch Me, Tease
did
Me? Yeah, that's Mary.
today.
I don't know about
that was Mary. Mary was on Touch Me,
Tease
Tease Me. Hold on. Who was on? Was that Beyonce on
She's in the video.
She's in the video. She's the leading lady, but what's the name of the fucking song?
Happily Ever After.
Thank you. God damn. Happily Ever After Case. Typing like Tony Braxton.
I will be your man, your protector, your best friend. Till my humble life is ended. And time begins again.
Ooh, that was it's worse. Tony Braxton, witty hootin'.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wait.
My fave.
Who was hold on. Who was on the backgrounds?
Couldn't we be he? Happily Ever After.
Yeah, we know Beyonce is the leading lady, but who's on the background? This is gonna bother. I can't believe the jerks. Wait, the jerk is a maggot? Dark Child.
Proud one.
Is the name. You know what? It's funny you say that because I was having a conversation with a friend about early Kanye. And you know, I just can't pay this nigga no mind because he's just not well. You know what I mean? I don't feel one way or the other. I'm just like, eh. But I had not revisited early music prior a certain time in some time. So I did. I revisited some like very early albums. It's so fascinating. Like we already know, like I was a fan, so I know the lyrics. Even I'm just as they come back, I'm just like, you know, I'm singing along and I'm like, oh, this takes me back to a place and a time. But even him speaking, like he spoke about his grandmother participating in sit-ins and so forth. And you know, the type of spirits that protect him and walk with him because of the lineage that he comes from. And it got me because I was driving while I was doing this and I was thinking to myself, I said, do the ancestors ever just like ghost you? No pun intended. But like That was a good one, Jade on spot. Okay. But do they when you get to that place? I'm like, I just wonder, do they leave you at any point? Like this nigga is lost.
Yes.
I gotta go talk. I gotta go talk to the ER. You know what I'm saying? I gotta go.
Yeah, I do feel like that. Didn't that happen in
Oh, it was a lady named
Remember
Rhonda
Me?
Blackwell. We don't even know who she is. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
That was the background of
But-
Happily Ever After, guys.
what was that movie Coco, right?
Mhm.
When, I felt like your ancestors do leave you if you don't keep remembering them, which is going to be my next point. I feel like not just Kanye, but a lot of people have lost reverence or talk greasy now about
Yeah.
us as a people because of the fact that we're not forced to socialize with old people anymore.
Cause now they
I say
starting
that
up
for-
those slavery might have been fun rhetoric, and I'm like, don't confuse what XD says with you all's wayward motherfucking
see,
ideologies.
See how niggas just will twist your words around.
Pretzel 'em.
But no, I feel like, a lot of things are rooted in going to your grandparents' house, going down south in the summer, now that's not a thing really. You know what I mean? I feel like with the advent of things just getting more expensive, I think that lessened this idea of passing down broad-upsy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because of the fact, chalk it up to capitalism, right? Everything got so fucking expensive, and we had to become
And
forced to become a part of
individualism.
the rabbit wheel. Yeah, and individualism, right? Well, I think that's what came out of it, right? Like because
you're right.
capitalism,
One informs the other.
you're stuck in this wheel. You have to. Well, damn it! I'm just gonna focus on me and mine because I've worked this hard and I'm so fucking tired that I don't have time for a community.
Yeah.
But I think about a lot of folks we lost to the war on terror. You know what I mean?
Yeah, literally.
and I think it has a lot
God damn,
to
it's
do-
literally the war on fucking terror. God damn.
Yeah. We lost a lot of niggas to the war on terror because of individualism, capitalism, and a weird warped version of community that people want to participate in.
Yeah.
And I'll say that as an example, if you just look at the current makeup of the NBA.
Because everybody look like mashed potatoes?
I'm not saying, but I'm just saying. Okay. If you just look
It's
at
a slew of biracial bunnies.
I told y'all, just play NBA 2K, the latest one. It's crazy. It's like they
Loving versus
in.
Virginia.
Yeah, they lean in. If your father is a black man and your mama is Quinn from Scandal, it's nuts. Regardless of what creative player you do.
We're entering the range where you could hear your name called.
Bet. Okay, everybody remember. I want to hear it on TV first, okay?
Marching orders
All
haven't changed. Got it.
All right.
Quiet. Next pick is in.
Moments like this don't just happen.
With the next pick in the 2025 NBA
Draft. Well, moving right along.
The tanning of America once again.
Yeah, America's going beige. Like it's crazy. It's like when I moved to Oklahoma, I said, "Why's everybody mixed?" Like I was like. Then I went to Denver and I said, "Why is everybody goddamn mixed here? What's going on?"
Love who you love. It's just, this is the way of the world.
Yeah. No, you're not wrong. Speaking of the way of the world, and also going back to the natural order of things.
Separate but equal.
Oh. Yes! Let me explain why. Therians have entered Noah's school.
What?
Yeah, nigga. But let me tell you. So she comes home, right? And she's like, that's my child. That's my kid. The way we cackle, we gets busy on, that. So she came and she goes, Mama. I said, what, girl? We got Therians at school. I was like, oh, they wearing ears. She was like, one of them had on a tail. I was like, so I was like, so what's like, I said, I'm assuming these are some of the 6th graders because you didn't, last year I asked her flat out if she had Therians in her school and she was like, no, girl. So she was like, yes. She goes, yeah, it's the 6th graders, some of the 6th graders. She goes, and we've just been making fun of them. I was like, I do feel like bullying has been lost, in the anti-bullying campaigns, rightfully so. But there's a healthy dose that builds character. But what I did tell her, I said, don't make fun of them little niggas to their face. Because let me tell you, if somebody's bold enough to wear a tail to school, they are bold enough to do something else. So don't you let your name and your face be caught up in no,
And I, in truth, you know how I feel about life. In true survivor fashion, you gonna have to befriend the other somebody else. So when it's time to vote,
hello,
you know what I mean by vote in this political climate.
Oh Lord Jesus!
When you have to make a decision, you just want to make sure that if they feeling froggy that day, that they let know or give a phone call.
And that's why,
like, hey girl,
that's why I was like, do how you giggle to yourself. Don't you giggle.
Yeah.
I was like, you come home, you giggle with me. I was like, you can giggle internally, but you just make sure you
better befriend Tootie the owl.
Hello. Okay? I was like, whoo. Like, I need you to try to turn your head all the way around. Relate to this bitch because I don't need no problem.
Just in case.
I don't need no, and I hate that I have to have those conversations with her in this day and age. Like she came home and told me about their drill the other day, and Mama's irritated about their drills because she feels like they're useless. Not the drill itself, but their actual protocol. And I said, if you don't feel comfortable and you don't feel safe and you feel like it's lacking in something, speak up. You have every right to go to the administration and say, this is not effective.
And honestly, that's how change gets done, especially at the youth level, right? If they realize, they're more kind of apt to listening to children because children are more honest.
Yes.
And they don't have political agendas. And so, So, but that's what I'm like, encourage, not just Noah, but just in every child in your life, if they have
concerns,
some shit to say, that concerning for the greater populace of their life, they should speak on it.
And what I'm gonna do is, because they follow through is terrible. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna email and be like, Noah came home and expressed some concerns around your SS policies and safety policies, and set up a meeting, and then I'm going to allow her to have that space in that meeting to speak, because she didn't just come and complain to me about the protocol they had. She came with solutions as well. She was like, I don't like this. This doesn't feel safe for this reason, and this reason, and this reason. I looked up other schools and what their protocols are, and this seems effective, and this seems effective. And so I'm going to talk to them because they just have us basically sitting there like sitting ducks. And there are other things that can be implemented to be a little bit more proactive. And I was like, I fucks with you. Like, I fucks with you, my kid.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I really do.
I love the fact that she has taken her own safety, and taken responsibility for it.
Even though she shouldn't have to, but yes.
She shouldn't have to. And, it's also where we are in the world now,
exactly,
where it's been evident that powers that be don't give a shit about children. So
Yeah.
even a lot of their own parents. So, I'm glad that she has shown initiative
Yeah.
and, and like saying like, no, this shit is unsafe. And here's some ways to fix this shit because you're in
Yeah.
that. I love a good informed read.
Me
You know
too.
what I mean?
Me too.
You know what
She
I mean?
did her
Like, here's
research.
where you went wrong.
Like
Yeah.
she was like, this school is
Here's where
doing this and
y'all
this and this. This is not out of our realm of control. Like we can do these
Yeah.
things. So I'm so proud of her.
Yeah.
My allergies are
Yeah,
wilding
that's
today.
same here. It's also interesting. We've been watching, I think I told you, a lot of like short films.
Mhm.
And there was one about an active shooter on campus.
Oof.
And it was very similar to like what Noah was saying, how the policy was literally just kind of them sitting there and waiting
Yeah.
and then getting under a desk and then barricading. That wasn't the plot of the story, but it was just like the kids were like, this is kind of silly. And while we were watching it, I was like, when I was in school, we had earthquake drills in California, and I was like, this is the same thing. So I can't imagine how you could apply this to active shooter.
Right.
Like also, like when I was in high school, we had this thing called every 15 minutes, like this activation that they did on campus sometimes to stimulate school shooters. And like it was a big deal and to do, but it was like nothing came of it. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Because at that time, 20, 25 years ago, school shooters and things were such an abstract thing. It was so like,
Yeah.
what?
Yeah.
No, now every 15 minutes.
She also brought
You
up
know
a
what
good
I
point.
mean?
She was like, we do all these drills, but that means somebody could be listening to everything that we're supposed to be doing. So how do you all handle that too? Like she was asking she was Linda Eller being and I was like, yes, exactly. Like I'm just
I say that shit all the time. We be watching the news. I'll be like, I don't think y'all should be reporting on this. Y'all don't think the quote unquote enemies ain't listening. They're not watching C-SPAN or fucking Access Hollywood. You know
These
they
be the
are.
smartest niggas ever. Stop. So that was one of those like, damn, I really birthed a gem. You know what I'm saying? Like it was one of those moments where I just was proud of her, just as a human, just as a person. So that was dope.
Yeah.
That was dope. But
yeah,
switching gears,
okay.
I went to London for the first
did.
time. I did. Went to London. So I thought I would
The
share.
Osiris of said
the Osiris of this shit. Really, it's the Dutch and the Portuguese, but also
the Portuguese.
the
Spanish and the
Portuguese, the Spanish, the Belgian people. You know what I'm saying? You know, all of them. Just they all just piggybacked off of each other's hate and theft. But but these niggas figured out how to perfect it in the colonialism aspect. So yes, I went to the belly of the beast.
Jet plane headed up to the sky, spread wings and the clouds getting high. We ain't hit a rave in a while. Sounds of the surf. So take me back to London. I do deals but I never get twanged. Moves that ain't never been planned.
I didn't know if I was gonna be able to get in first. So now you need a visa to go over there. And it's easy. You just go through the site, blah, blah, blah.
because we're outlaw.
Exactly. Exactly. And our shit, they don't want to let nobody in our shit. So they're like, all right, we playing get the backsies. So they asking questions in this little survey. And of course, the last question was, have you ever been accused? Or have you ever been accused of a war crime? Do you support terrorism? It's something else. And I was like, no. I was like, actually, no. I was like, matter of fact, actually, no. I actually really do not, because the people who are doing the terrorizing, I don't support that. I don't support that at all. I'm here for the people. So, and no, I've never been accused of a war crime. Ain't nobody ever had to run up on me on the beach and ask me if I bombed the babies. You know what I'm saying? So,
a nigga ain't never been to The Hague.
okay, I drove past it, but that's it. You know, and The Hague don't
it's
do
also
shit
an
anyway.
ineffective
You know,
place.
exactly. I was like, they don't do shit. What do you mean? They just there as a Church of Scientology. Like, please, this is tax write off. Like, cause y'all ain't doing shit, and it's not funny. But you know, we're just learning how to laugh through our pain. Because you all have been ineffective as fuck. Even all you countries who are like, oh yeah, we recognize Palestine as a country. Man, okay, shut the fuck up. Because what happened all this time? What were y'all doing all of this time? Here we are, too little, too motherfucking late. Anyway, I'm not gonna go there right now. So I went back in time.
Back to chips and curry sauce and bags and shit.
So I went back in time for a day. I went back in time almost the whole trip, but really the first day, because I didn't have any phone service over there.
Oh, how primitive.
And my homegirl didn't have any phone service over there. And we didn't go in with like plans. We went in, it was very vintage. I was like, oh, it's 1993. It's like that time when I had to drive to Atlanta with MapQuest.
Oh, God.
I got lost in the backwoods of Alabama somewhere.
My God.
Because one of the exits was closed and all I had was that fucking printout. So that's how we were navigating the city that first day. And I was like, this is actually not bad. This is like, they have a really effective train system. And so if you can navigate the MTA, you can navigate their train system as long as you know where you're going and you start figuring out, get your bearings first, right? Because I had no bearings because I had nothing to go off of. So that was a good time. It was fun to be able to like ask questions and not be able to Google them. Cause it was like, oh shit, you know, I got to use my brain, or like, I have to look this up later. You know, it makes you be in the moment. I stayed in Paddington, which is in Kensington, which is
like the bear.
Literally, that is what Paddington Bear was based off of Paddington. So the train station has Paddington Bear like statues, and right, it was very cute, very nostalgic. Visited all of the black areas. There's a bar in Peckham. So Peckham is where Damson Idris is from. And all of his ilk. And so we went to a black-owned bar. I believe it's Nigerian-owned, called Prince of Peckham. And they got this. So you want to talk about some British beef? So what you call?
Okay.
So let's talk about some beef Wellington. So
pie. Everything is a pie.
They do love a beef pie. They did love a pie. Oh, like a pot pie situation.
Everything is in a crust.
So they got this white man in this bar. So the bar is called Prince of Peckham, but then they serve food, and and it's Caribbean food. It's jerk chicken and all of that, rice and peas or chips. You know, a little slaw, whatever the case is. The name of the jerk company is White Men Can't Jerk. And it's a white man who does the jerk chicken. And he does the jerk chicken for Prince of Peckham. So I guess they've had some people who are like not happy with that setup, which, you know, I get it, you know.
Sure.
Now ask me how the jerk chicken was.
It was motherfucking delicious.
Nigga, so decent. I was like, I said a couple places in Flatbush, like, this is about
yeah.
And I felt crazy. Skin could have been a little crispier. But outside of that, I was like, the flavor of it was, not mad at it. But I did laugh at that beef Wellington, and also that name "White Man Can't Jerk" is funny as fuck to me personally.
That's hilarious. That sounds like a hot sauce that you would pick up at a rest stop on Route 66.
White
You
Man
know,
Can't Jerk. It's like a
novelty
jerk hot sauce.
Yeah.
Yeah, little pepper sauce situation.
Mhm.
So that was cute. Went to the Natural History Museum, Science Museum, because the goal was to hit a couple museums and make sure we see all the things before people come back and take their shit back. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's real.
Because the big thieves, they got everything over there. Let me tell you, they got everything. So this Natural Science and History Museum has one of the largest like Homo sapien, Homo erectus exhibits I've ever seen, where they have original skulls and bones of descendants descendants of Homo sapien, I mean, or not descendants of Homo, you know what I'm talking about, like the Homo erectus, the people before our current makeup of human, such as a nigga named Mr. Cheddar or some shit like that. That's actually, you can go look that up. So that was very fascinating. You know how I feel about dinosaurs, so they have a whole dinosaur exhibit in there. I had a good time with that. They have a whole like earthquake and volcano exhibit where they have a mock. So you know the giant earthquake in Japan years ago. They have a display that is a store front, and you go up on this platform in this storefront, and it's set up like a store. And then they have the video footage, and the video footage is the real earthquake in a store. And the people, like, because obviously it's like it's CCTV footage, and the people are experiencing the earthquake, and then the floor starts to shake in this exhibit. And they got you in this mock earthquake, and I was like, I don't know how the people of Japan feel about this. Like, how do they feel? How do they?
That's like having like a 9/11 museum, but having like a reenactment.
Exactly.
Like
the smoke comes out and like rubble and like, what the fuck? Nigga, I didn't ask to relive this.
Flying out of buildings.
Right.
That's weird.
It's weird. It was weird to me.
Yeah, that's weird. And also because that earthquake led to like nuclear destruction as well.
Nigga.
And a tidal wave, like it was a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, it was.
The audacity of white motherland is crazy.
They said, well, you know what we should do? We should make the floor shake so they can feel like they're a part of it. So that was crazy.
Interactive museums never work out. Like, have we not seen Jurassic Park?
Oh, they've got descendants of the velociraptors, but it's, you know, they have bones. They also have like Chuck E. Cheese animatronic dinosaurs in there too. So there's a T-Rex. And then there's these two, I call them bird velociraptors is what they are. You look at that motherfucking claw on that foot.
He slashes at you here or here. Or maybe across the belly, spilling your intestines. The point is, you are alive when they start to eat you. So, try to show a little respect.
Would rip your fucking insides out in a breath. Do you hear me? But the things are up there and they start moving and they squawk. It was... Wait.
How are museums children friendly? That would flip me out.
Wait, let me find it so I can show it to you.
Deal with that at like 8. Oh, hell no.
I don't know why that was the song that came. Dip it low. I don't know why. Oh, wait. They are squawking. Oh, here they go. Here's a better one.
That's nuts.
You see these fucking claws on those feet? Nigga, you have to be on Patreon to see all of that. But so it was those. But you know how I feel about dinosaurs, so I was very pleased. I was very pleased with that. And then there's more actually, but we should take a little break, right? And come back.
Yeah, let's take a break. Hit it, Claude.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
It's the phenomenon rattling millennials.
I just had my first experience with the Gen Z stare.
And putting Gen Z on the defensive.
Most of the time, it's us trying to figure out if you're being for real or not.
A blank expression dubbed the Gen Z stare at the center of the latest generational beef on TikTok.
They just look at you.
And we're back. We're just catching her and all that. So what else happened on your trip?
So I told you we did the museums. We did the V&A Museum, which is like design and architecture. It's a stupid name because it stands for Victoria and Albert. I'm sure that has historical. I just was like, okay. Beautiful museum though, full of stolen things. They have a whole Cartier exhibit right now. And then the British Museum. The OG of thievery, because they have that like one of the largest Egyptian exhibits. Are they the largest in the world? Let me see.
I believe so. It's either them or the French.
Largest Egyptian exhibit in the world.
I want to say it's them.
Oh, well, no, it's where it should be. It's in Egypt, but
outside of that.
Okay, the Grand Egyptian Museum is the largest one in Cairo. Well, anyway, so we went to the British Museum. That was the main place where we were like, all right, we're gonna go see all of those things before the Egyptian people take all their shit back. So it's fascinating and frightening because them big statue heads and gods and
it's so pretty and creepy.
Exactly. It was like I felt it like in my body when I walked in, and it's all like most of it is Amenhotep. Amenhotep as a Ra. Amenhotep as a this. Amenhotep. So I'm walking around. I look at the original Rosetta Stone and reading, and I am enjoying for all intents and purposes, right? Like I guess I'm fascinated. I'm taking it in. But I could not shake the feeling that I felt uncomfortable the entire time. And it was for multiple reasons. I had to sit with it for a little bit. So I was like, obviously my number one reason is y'all stole all this shit. You shouldn't have it. And I know it shouldn't be in here, right? That was the immediate thoughts. My next thoughts were, if a nigga has this many statues dedicated to him of such grandeur, I can't imagine they were like an amazing leader. You know what I'm saying?
No,
I was like,
no, they were either an amazing leader or a complete douche monkey.
And we know about the Egyptians and their history with slavery and
a lot of the pharaohs were douche monkeys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
also because they were like 9 running like empires.
There's also that, because I too would probably be a tyrant of a leader at 9 years old. So there was that aspect that crept up as well. And then the other thing that got me thinking was, I was like, I thought about, especially as us children of the 80s and 90s, and Black Power movements and the usage of like Egyptian not just ideology, but symbolism in a lot of our pro-Black, stances. I was like, it's become like this mysticism, right? It's become like this. Even though it was a real cult, it's become this this black mysticism. Like even when we talked about that cult and watched that video of that cult that started off here in Bushwick and went down to Georgia, and they had their fake temples and pyramids and all kinds of things that they built. And I'm like, how come niggas ain't never had no West African mysticism? Y'all call West African quote unquote mysticism or African traditional African religions. Y'all call that voodoo, Yoruba,
demon.
all it. Y'all call that demonic.
Black
Santeria,
magic.
all it. Black magic. Y'all call it demonic. Why is that? I mean, we know why. Obviously, I'm speaking rhetorically, but like, those were all of the different thoughts that were coming to my mind as I was walking through this exhibit. But I don't think I've ever walked through an exhibit and been so fascinated and so creeped out at the same time. Like I had to acknowledge that that's what I was feeling.
Yeah. They had something similar in New York, like a couple of decade or so ago, and it was it was heavily Egyptian influence, and it was very like a presence even. Also on some like, you stole my shit, I'm haunting every motherfucker in here. You know, which
especially when you know you ain't supposed to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's there is no honor or reverence to where a lot of us truly come from.
Yeah.
A lot of us ain't Egyptian, y'all. So
most of us are not Egyptian
or Native American. But
that's another. We will.
I told you that happened to me. I was told all my life
I'm
we
Cherokee.
had Native American in us, and did that.
No, nigga, you have a black foot. Like, please.
Yes.
Like,
Yes.
stop.
Yes.
You played by a creek. Like, y'all, like, stop.
Yes.
They have lied to you all. Y'all are descendants. And listen.
And that's okay.
Look at me. Look at me. I'm not speaking from a pedestal.
Yeah, that's the problem with colonialism and stuff. Like, it's internal, white supremacy. You don't gotta hate yourself to lie and say you got native in you when you don't.
What's that meme I saw? It was
racially.
It was, oh God. Hold on. It was about damn. It'll come back to me. I lost it that quickly. But yeah, a lot of a lot of people just not. Oh yeah, that's what it was, where they said, light-skinned people be the most militant because they're the largest examples of the hate. And
yeah.
So
I'm not touching that one. But
I mean, are we?
I'm not.
Y'all know.
I'm not saying but I'm not saying either. You know what I mean?
That's all I'm saying.
Just speaking in code this episode. Okay.
Yeah.
That gonna get me. Oh, back to Wrestlemania Funeral. Because I've been so fascinated by the whole thing. And I told you on the pre-show that they believe that lady is JonBenet Ramsey.
Yeah.
But
wait, I need to. Okay, I'm just gonna have to Google it and.
That's not what I was gonna go with. So, right after WrestleMania, the final countdown, the members of the organization that they're part of sent out an email.
I'm sorry. I just saw. And it's way the funniest thing is the first comment I saw is from somebody named Jade. And she goes, why they saying is actually JonBenet Ramsey? I keep thinking about it. LMAO.
Because why would y'all say that?
Why would y'all say that?
Abe, bleep out her name.
Oh yeah, please.
Yeah.
Please, God, please.
Mhm.
But go back. I'm sorry.
But
Back to
what I was
WrestleMania.
saying, so right after WrestleMania Funeral, the people of the organization that put, that they're a part of or whatever, which, by the way, is like a Romanian organization. Like Mama Jean Benet is, I will say, on the Clock app, I have been watching videos, and the other side, the maggots are starting to open their eyes to certain things, slowly but surely. But what's interesting, so right after the funeral, niggas got an email asking for a donation, and so that's when a couple of the people from that side were like,
hold up, they don't love you like I love you.
even they were like, nigga, we don't have money either, bitch. Like, so, and aren't you grieving? Didn't we just see you right now, like, get out of the ring? Like, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like, off the top rope, and all of a sudden I got an email from you saying, like, I can't believe I'm still grieving, but $5, will help. It's a little weird.
Huh.
And then she goes over and takes over his show. And it's like, it's a new day. Like, good morning. I had a flu shot. Good morning. Let's get up. Let's get motivated. Like, she is. I mean, and I understand. When you get free, you know what I mean. But I also am like, this sounds a little weird.
Maybe she. Anyway,
Oh, I'm not. I'm just. There might be some.
might have been a scheme that Todd set
Perfect
up to hit you. Okay. I'm just saying, y'all can draw your own with it. We speak it in code this episode. Morris
put 10 on 20.
code.
Okay.
That's black.
Oh, I told
black
you I
code.
was watching. We can end on this. I was watching Love and Hip Hop. I told you, right? And so I've been watching through clips. I've made it to season 3. And season 3 was when they did a whole revamp of the cast. So they got rid of Jimmy and I was so disgusted. I threw up in my mouth yesterday because I got to the episode where Christy proposed to Jem.
With a ring.
And I was like, oh God.
Oh.
And then that nigga lost
She
the ring.
proposed
and she went
to
and
me.
bought it again. And then she bought him another ring because he lost it. I was so disgusted. I was like, turn this shit off. But anywho.
Yuck.
This was
wait, no, I have to
the season.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, well, this is the season with Consequence and Joe Budden and all them people.
Teeth.
I forgot that that Consequence had a white baby mom's named Jen DePen.
Yeah.
And I also forgot that she was racist because remember the storyline was she was a radio DJ, moved out to New York because of Consequence or whatever. She had a deal. Ebro set up for her and Rocky. I forgot about Rocky too, to have a pre-show or set up like a podcast situation, right? They had an interview with Votto of all people, and then it went left. So then Rocky and Jen the Pen got into it, and Jen goes, "Whatever, I'm white. I will be okay." But then,
was there enough discourse around this at the time?
And no, it was 2012.
We were lawless.
We were still self-hating then.
Yeah.
So, and so then she goes, "Whatever, I'm white, so I'll be okay." But which was funny because Rocky said a couple episodes, "I'm looking for Jen to right my wrongs," and I was thinking, like, I know we call Mona the devil, like jokingly, but no, there was nothing wrong with Mona's production. Like, you know what I mean? Like Mona let a lot of shit go on that we as a people
That's the problem.
should not have allowed
That's what I
to
mean.
continue.
There's a reason why, like, we ain't got no beef with that lady, but we watched her TV for all those years. And what that big white man say on Life After Lockup this week? He goes, "That relationship is what you call toxic." So
I was in a toxic relationship with Mon Ami Entertainment from 2011 to 2020.
Exactly. So, like, we know, again, we don't have no beef with you, lady, but you know what you put out there into this world.
Yeah.
You know what it is. Okay, I have to share so I got a couple more things to tell you before we go.
Okay.
So I go to this spot called Jack the Chipper fish and chips. Okay. Owned by British Cyprus people from Cyprus, but they British, right? Lovely individuals. All right. So we were like, we have to eat one British thing, I guess, while we here. So we'll eat fish and chips. Cause I didn't want no breakfast. I didn't want no, I just wanted ethnic food.
Steak and kidney pudding.
Yeah, no. I'm cool on all of that. No. But I'll eat some fish and chips. So they were lovely. They were fascinated, Americans and all of that. Obviously had political questions. When I went and ordered a sparkling water from the counter, both the guys behind the counter scream out, "Water!" I was like, first of all, I didn't even say it like that. Like, why would y'all say that like that? They bust out laughing. And they were like, "Say it again, water!" Like, that's so nasty. And they were like, say it like us. And I was like, what you want me to say? What? And they were like, yeah. I was like, what? I was like, y'all just made a noise. That's just a noise. Yeah. That's not a word. So that was fun banter back and forth. But we had a couple of interesting interactions in there. So first, before that was hilarious. And then they're asking a bunch of questions. We're engaged. It's very friendly banter and conversation. You ever heard of CM Punk? And I was like, I was like, funny enough, yes, I have. I said one of my very dearest friends is obsessed with wrestling, so I know who CM Punk is. So they showed me this picture. CM Punk, they got a picture with them and CM Punk in the restaurant, right? So they were excited about that. I was excited to share that with you.
Chicago's own.
And I took a picture of the picture so that I could show it to you. And then this white man comes in with his 7-year-old child. This man's about 70 years old. His child's 7. And very British. So, of course, and then, figured out very quickly we were not and wanted to engage in conversation because his child knew every state capital and state of the United States. And his child proceeded to list every single state and capital in alphabetical order.
Baton Rouge, Louisiana, Indianapolis, Indiana, and Columbus is the capital of Ohio. There's Montgomery, Alabama, south of Helena, Montana. Then there's Denver, Colorado, under Boise, Idaho. Texas has Austin, then we go north.
Does she know about slavery?
Oh, wait.
Okay.
So the child would not do anything outside of, like, the child was going to get through this list, okay? That was their agenda. They didn't care what anybody was talking about around them. They continued to list every capital and state in alphabetical order. While the father's talking to us, and my good girlfriend Mo moved to London 3 years ago. So she was with us, showing us around and whatnot. And so she and him are chatting. They live in the same neighborhood, and he's curious what brought her there, all of those things. So you're taking your friends around, yeah. And he's like, you know where you've got to take them. She's like, where? And remember, it's me, my homegirl Erica, and Mo. 3 black women. Mm-hmm. You've got to take them to the Mayflower.
Oh my God.
That is literally how all three of us looked. How you look right there. All of us looked at him and we was like, oh.
Oh my God.
Didn't say anything, right? This nigga says it again. You've got to take them to the Mayflower. Mind you, his child's still over here listing these capitals in these states. Okay, all of this is happening at the same time.
Children are on a mission.
After he said it the second time, I looked at him and I said, "We have a real complicated history with the Mayflower." You know what I'm saying? And he stops and he looks confused for all of like 5 seconds, and then you see his face transform
his body
to the color of your shirt right now. And as it turned, I was like, you feel me, right? You feel me? And he was like, yes. Oh my God, that answers so many things. And we were like, what? He goes, I had some new black friends. I told him the same thing and they never went. I asked them. And they had an odd reaction and I just never. Oh, and you can see him. It is turmoil over here, okay?
Because he's having an internal like, oh shit, and he's just dying inside. Megabyte by megabyte.
He was like, I learned something today. And I was like, good. I'm glad you did. Don't recommend that shit to nobody else. Like, I'm not going to see the fucking Mayflower. I was like, I don't even go to Ellis Island. I don't even I'm cool. I was like, I don't need to go see the Mayflower. You feel me? You got it? And he was like, I've got it. No problem. I've got it. That was one of my most fun interactions of the entire trip, because watching that man turn into a tomato in real fucking time, I
love trolling racially.
I'd pay money. If a genie gave me 3 wishes, one of them would be in going back in time to watch this nigga do that anytime I want to. Like, that was amazing.
That's like a few years ago when I was living in New York, Mark would just walk down the street and just yell at white people and say, "Move, slavery."
Yeah.
And they did it too.
Yeah, I'd be talking to them the same way. They got their bag on a seat on a train or whatever. I'd be like, "Move your bag." I don't even say. I'm just like, move that out of the way. Like, I don't even have the kindness anymore. I don't have the act right. Like, just get out of my fucking way. Move. I don't have nothing for
I have it for all races too, because you're not white. I have to say that way too often in Los Angeles.
To that.
Remember yourself.
Remember who you are.
Yeah.
The ice be coming for all of us, bitch. You remember that, all right?
Hello, the Gestapo.
You just remember
every
that.
last one of us
are at risk here. So you stop acting like you not. And then quickly, I went to Brixton, which I had to, another classic black neighborhood. Shout out to Pop Specs Brixton. Okay, it is a franchise eyeglass spot in Brixton Market. That franchise is owned by a black woman of Jamaican descent. So I wanted to make sure that I shouted her out because I got some fabulous glasses from her that I need to go put my prescription in here. And she does your prescription on spot too. So if you have it with you and you go there, she can literally do it for you in like a 1 hour photo situation. And it's really cute glasses. So I wanted to make sure I shouted her out too. I learned about the Windrush, which I thought was really cool. Because Brixton is so black, they have more murals and things like that. And the Windrush, was the what they call the large immigration with, primarily Caribbean migrants coming to the UK. And that's what they like renamed their train line, I believe, that goes down there and everything. So I thought that was a cool little piece. I like to learn like a little black history everywhere I go. Even if, we all present differently or exist in society differently. It's very evident. So I thought that was really cool.
I was sitting comfortably back there in my country. Is you come down with your big windrush ship and tell me that the war is over, we have to build back Great Britain as part of the empire.
We went to a Nigerian, Brazilian-owned restaurant called Akara, so I wanted to shout them out too. It was two black girls' birthdays in there, and so when their friends started singing to them, you know, we had to sweep in, and we went there with Mimo, Erica, and then Kalechi. Shout out to Kalechi. Make sure you all follow her. She is one of the best on political commentary. She's like multifaceted, talented across the board, but her mouthpiece is a gift for us as a people, and she just fucking gets it, and she knows how to relay it. So shout out to Kalechi. Make sure you all follow her. But we went to dinner with her, and of course we had to break out Stevie Wonder's "Happy Birthday" for both parties, and they were so happy for the. I was like, "Nah, we black in here. Like we gonna sing this to you." So we sang it to them. And the owners came over and they were like, "Are you all singers?" And we're like, "No, we're just black." Like, we're just in community. That's all. And I think that's the beautiful part of social media, because even though technically that is what we as Black Americans, that's the tradition that we have instilled, is also social media has allowed it to, you know, all of our people across the lands to be able to participate in this. So then it becomes this like giant congregational beautiful situation, and that's what that turned into. So that was really really dope. And then the last thing that I wanted to tell you was, I know exactly why they are the hub of the bubonic plague and the cholera and smallpox and all of that.
Oh yeah.
Because
Well,
yuck.
why so come?
Because they don't believe in covering mouths. Sneezes just be at reckless abandon in the air for feet across feet. They be coughing all out in the air. They don't give a fuck. They don't give a fuck about each other. To be, and when I say that, you know, I'm not talking about you know who I'm talking about. They don't give a fuck about each other. And I was like, this is how all that shit spread. Because by day 3, even with me doing all my protocols, had a scratchy throat. And I was like, this is because y'all are fucking disgusting, you see? I would have got smallpox had this been a different time. So that was my trip to London. It was really lovely, actually. It was really, really lovely.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. I'm glad you had a good time.
I did.
Ushering in the new decade.
Yes. Yes.
Well traveled.
Yes. Yeah. Going to see all the things all over the place. So we just wanted to catch up with you all this week and share my little bullet points from my trip with you all and with XD, because I hadn't talked to him.
Yeah, ain't shit happened with me. I've just been
You got a flu shot?
I've been at home.
I know.
Yeah, I got a flu shot, and I had a. Oh well, I guess I can tell you this now. So my doctor's a visit today. So I spent $100 for nothing on my copay for them to not do anything. Now I knew that when we talked about the Gen Z stare a long time ago, that, you know, this I would come across this at some point in my life, just outside of like fast food stuff
in the wild.
I never thought it would happen in the doctor's office. So I go in there, and I'm going there to have what I thought to have a very simple procedure.
Okay. Oh yeah.
So I go in there, and I'm like, okay. So they make me wait a long periodically time, like. So I'm like, oh, whatever. Like, so long I'm in the room, in my private room, that the lights turn off. So I have to like travel and find the light switch to turn on. So I'm talking to this lady. Now, this is not my regular doctor. I have a doctor who is, you know, I want to say his wife is black.
Okay.
Because they were like on his bio, he lived in Nigeria for like 8 years doing like medical work.
Okay.
Anyway.
Oh, this is okay.
And he's hella gay for whatever reason, but he got a wife. But I had to see this lady.
I'm not touching that.
Who was fairly young. And I was like, okay, you know, whatever. I get it that I have to accept the fact that I'm unk now, right? I'm about to be 40. So, of course, there's naturally going to be doctors or people working in higher places that are younger than I am, sure. So this lady comes in. I'm going to switch pronouns in a second because she pissed me off.
Okay.
So, you know, this she comes in and she goes at first, you know, do you mind if I record our things so I could be accurate with my note taking and stuff? And in my head, I'm like, this is some AI shit, but okay, fine. So then so she asked me what's wrong, and I'm like, okay, I tell her, I give her full in depth. You know, I don't like repeating myself, so I overshare and I explain things in thorough. Shit she didn't ask me about, but just in case the shit comes up, you ask. She also, so I tell her this. She was not listening to me because she asked me questions that I've already answered. So I'm already like becoming slightly annoyed. So then it came from female doctor to girl doctor in my head. So I was
Not
like,
your misogyny
okay.
jumping out.
No, it did. Because I was irritated. Because I'm like, I'm telling you everything was wrong with me. I'm even telling you my pain level. I'm telling you all these things. And then you ask me something irrelevant about my medications that I'm taking. I'm like, I've answered that question already because you asked me that question. 2, I put that on a little pre-survey thing. Whatever the fuck, right? So I'm assuming now the medical care is so like regimented, like she's like following protocol, like step by steps.
Yeah.
Because
day by day.
Because then she's Googling what I'm telling her. And I'm like,
that don't.
Now, mind you know what's going on with me. There's nothing. There's nothing.
No.
Difficult.
No.
Like,
no.
If it was legal, I would do it. If I had the means, I would do it myself.
Yeah. It don't. That don't feel like. This feels like a cut and dry situation.
Literally. So then I'm like, so after I'm explaining this, she was like, okay, so what would you like me to do?
Bitch. Oh, no.
So a part of me, so I had to like not answer in the XD way. You know, I swear I'm not an active bitch until you prove myself to be so, right? Like, don't piss me off. Otherwise, I'm a very congenial, nice person, right? Because I don't want to be, I don't want to disrespect people, and like I'm just not that person.
Yeah,
don't piss
you're
me
congenial. Nice, I don't know, but congenial, yeah, I'll give you that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But when she said that, Jade, when I tell you, I internally, this shirt I had on, I was like, So I was like, why am I here? Because I was trying to be nice. However, me came out,
What would
and I
you
was
like
like,
me to do
why
is
would I be
crazy
here?
for this particular procedure.
Yeah,
Cut my feet off. How about that? Like, just
yeah.
Now, if that's what I said, then what?
Right. So then she explains to me that they don't do that here at this particular location, and I was like, well, A, why didn't you just stop me beforehand, before all of this? 2, that's a wild ass question to say, well, what do you want me to do? And I was like, I rolled my eyes. She was like, you know, is there anything else I could do for you today? And I was like, no.
No, because you've done nothing.
And I said that. I said, because you've done nothing and you've proven yourself to be quite inept and ineffective.
I think you may have jumped the gun a little with your diagnosis.
You disagree?
Well, yes. No.
So you agree we need to rule it out?
Well, yeah.
Asking me what I want to do in this situation is
So
absolutely
I
crazy
left
when
the
you
girl doctor
offer.
where she
Just
stood.
please shut up. Please shut your mouth. Was she? Was she?
No, she was. No, she was she was brown. And what pissed me off the most was when she said that, she gave me that stupid Gen Z stare. And I was like, oh.
That's like me going to the gynecologist and being like, and then being like, so what do you want us to do? Cut my coochie out, bitch. I don't know what the like. What are you fucking
You go to
asking me
Planned
right now?
Parenthood and they'd be like, what you want me to do?
Nigga, I don't. A metal hanger and a bottle of vodka. Like you all would cringe. So why are you asking me this question?
You know why I'm here. You know the vibes, dog. I was so irritated.
Did you write a review?
I don't know how to do that for Kaiser, but now I'm gonna find.
You better get on the Google and find her name. Get on ZocDoc. Like,
oh,
no,
you know what?
Yeah,
I can do that.
You can rate this bitch
I
through
can do
Google,
that.
ZocDoc, everything. Like, alert the masses before they go spend their copays.
And I should have known because the nurse beforehand, Abuelita, she was like, have you ever met with Dr. So-and-so before? And I was like, no. And she giggled. She was like,
I don't like that. I don't like that though. Don't set me up for the okie doke either.
But see, I was unprepared. I thought she was just being, some people just have a natural LOL.
No.
So
that's like when I worked for Terrence
should've known.
Fontaine and I found out that people was taking bets out on me on the first day. Not because of me, but because of him. Like, don't do that. Warn me. Like,
yes. Warn me.
Give me options,
Warn
nigga.
me.
I don't like that.
Let me know before the vote. I'm telling you.
Well, I pray that you find a resolve.
Me too.
I pray that you find a resolve.
They're not gonna take my leg. Anywho.
Unless you want them to, because clearly it's your choice.
It's my world, okay?
It's your body. It's your choice.
So what do you want me to do, bitch?
Do not give me autonomy in that way. Like, what are you doing?
Right.
Well, next week, guys, we are back with a playlist. So get your little booty wiggles ready and all of that because we're going to have a good time. And make sure you check out the Patreon. We got Life After Lockup reviews. I want to say this coming week is the finale. What?
I have something to promote, but it comes with the story.
Okay.
One of my clients, Christian, she is a registered nurse, an all-around great person, and she has a new podcast called Fallopian Files, where she documents her journey through IVF, her personal journey.
I love that.
And assisting other women or birthing peoples through their IVF journeys. She also talks about all things woman for all womankind, and that includes however you identify as woman. So all things healthcare, right? Making sure tubes are where they need to be, and what vitamins and things you need to make sure your tubes and parts maintain.
Love that.
Their optimal functional things or whatever. But here's the story. So this past week, the episode was about a lesbian couple and their IVF journey. We need to have a revisit Stud Appreciation Day because lesbians have lore.
Yeah.
And let me tell you something. So in the interview, Christian's talking to this black lesbian couple, black obviously. And so so they have several children. However, what was interesting is that, let's say person A, let's call her Samantha, and person B, let's call her June. Okay. Samantha was on a journey already to get, on her IVF journey. She was like, I want to do this on my own, because she was having women complications.
Mhm.
And so a doctor was like, either now or never, girl. So she was like, well, I want to be a mother, right? In the midst of all this, like in the thick of the IVF journey, she met June.
Mhm.
And she told June, listen, one monkey don't stop no show. So either you with me or you ain't.
Yeah. You against
When
me?
I tell you, she was down. And remember when I told you men are the most bride or people?
Yes.
When I tell you June stayed, they have hella kids. June didn't even want children. They got like 4 now. And I was like, that's crazy for like,
You see? Lesbian
was like,
relationships, you know what their theme
mind
song should
you.
be? Their world song. It should be John B. and Tupac's song. That needs to be their theme. Because they're still down. They're still down.
Still
always.
down.
Yes.
Yeah, and mind you, June, after 2 weeks, was like, well, I'm in it. We've been together. They got teenagers. One's about to go to college. But it's so interesting the fact that women are way more down.
Effective.
Yes, but they have such an interesting love story and journey, so go check them out.
Yes.
Fallopian Files. I'll post the link in the description.
And aren't we supposed to have her on soon?
Yes, Christian will be here. I'll put out a post because we're going to have a health chat finally after a decade of saying we're going to do it.
Of us just saying reckless things, yes.
Yes, so if you have questions about your parts and other things or how to prevent certain things, especially since, Health Secretary Scrotum, is changing things, we need to know how to move effectively as Black people.
Absolutely.
But that's all I got.
Yeah. Well, back to the spill then. Sign up for the Patreon. Life After Lockup reviews. Finale's coming this week. We're doing Love After Lockup rewind watches together of the most chaotic seasons of Love After Lockup. And yeah, we'll see you all next week with a brand new playlist.
Yeah. Adios, muchachos, muchachos, and muchachas.
Oh, I have one more assignment for you all. We are looking, especially this holiday season, to support Black-owned businesses and support local businesses and, try to avoid the Zon and all of the big evil conglomerates. Y'all can't bring Euphoria back because we not watching Sydney Sweeney and nothing. Okay? She is part of the evil machine. But anyway, if you all would like to gift your loved ones Jade and XD merch, we are in the process of designing pieces for you all. People been asking for merch. We've been 11 years in this thing, and a baby still won't make them stay. Or maybe they will if you are in a healthy lesbian relationship. So
clearly,
let us know some of the things that you would want to see from Jaden XD if that's how you want to support for the holiday season. We know y'all like to keep us secret because it's your safe space and shit. And while I don't agree, I can respect it. But you can support us with merch. So we would love to hear what you all actually want from Jaden XD. So make sure you hit us up. You can hit us via social. You can hit us at jadenxd@gmail.com. And we'll see you all next week.
Yes, bye.
Ta-ta.
Yes, we're moving.